Former Congresswoman Nan Hayworth. Nan is on the board of directors for the Independent Women's Forum and the Donald J. Trump for President Advisory Board. That's a mouthful, Nan. Also joining us from the Bianchi Law Group is criminal defense attorney as well as former prosecutor David Bruno. Hey, guys. Good morning. Good morning. As Griff told us, we had an unprecedented 55-minute pool spray where Donald Trump spoke to a bipartisan group of lawmakers about how to deal with immigration reform in front of cameras. Yeah. Are you hopeful, Nan?
I am. I thought it was actually a remarkable thing as a former member of Congress myself, to compel these folks to present some of their positions in front of the cameras where they can't walk them back, so to speak, was remarkable. But we really do have a framework for getting some initial action, Lauren. The Democrats cherish DACA proceeding permanently. They'd like, obviously, an amnesty for the Dreamers. And I think the president is right that I think the majority of the American public, we know, wants to take a compassionate approach, but it's got to be coupled with border security and with correction of some of the insanity that has gone on in our immigration system. The visa lottery makes no sense. No matching of talents, no matching of dedication to the ideals of this country. And, of course, chain migration has also been a problem. So we do have a framework for achieving compromise and achieving cooperation. And that's what the president should be doing.
And as you said, Nan, he's basically putting these lawmakers in front of the camera so they're on record for what they said. It's interesting, David. The DACA deal, the president wants a border wall. But did he waffle yesterday when he said, oh, wait, it doesn't need to be 2,000 miles long. It doesn't have to cover the entire southern border. Is that angering some people that want the wall?
No, I don't think it's waffling. I mean, the fact of the matter is it's impractical to even have a wall throughout the whole southern border. But to the point that I want to bring about yesterday's meeting, the fact is the timing couldn't have come any better that this was yesterday and that President Trump came out as heartfelt talking about this bill of love. Because what this decision does last night after the meeting is it takes away the president's leverage that he previously had when he said that Congress had until March to come up with a formal law to address DACA. So I'm glad we had that yesterday because it showed that he's willing to negotiate, he's willing to come to the table, and he's willing to come up with a permanent fix to DACA.
Yeah, yet some in the liberal media, and I'll bring up a quote from the Washington Post, Nan, that says Donald Trump is using immigrants as pawns for a spending bill. Of course, the government runs out of money January 19th, and that's a, quote, cruel game that he's playing with the lives of hundreds of thousands. Doesn't that seem extreme when, as David brought up, he's constantly saying this is going to be a bill of love. I love Dreamers.
And that is, the Washington Post, of course, has had a deep bias against the president, and it continues. The president is not seeking to use any people as pawns in any kind of debate. The fact of the matter is he's trying to protect the best interests compassionately, not only of Americans, but also of American citizens, but also, yes, of young people who were brought to this country when they had no choice in the matter. And it happened, yes, to be illegally. We need to address that. We need to have the rule of law. That's only fair and only right. And it's also fair to people from outside this country who seek to enter illegally under circumstances of great risk. Let's clarify how you enter this country as a visitor or as someone who seeks to become a citizen. That is fair and just.
And let's do something that previous administrations have been unable to do. Final point here, David, the talk of earmarks and bringing them back, getting some pretty funny responses from Claire McCaskill, for instance, from Mark Meadows. Do you think earmarks, as proposed by Donald Trump, would make passing legislation and deal-making easier?
I'm sure it would. And this is a part of the negotiation. And people are going to have to come to the table. There are varying different opinions as to what needs to be done here. And the discussion of earmarks could bring in just an additional piece to use in negotiations.
Wow. All right. You're for it. David, Nan, thank you to both of you. We got to leave it there.
Have a great day.